Hey guys, TecTimmy here. So in this video, I am going to be unboxing, setting up, and also taking a first look at the Amazon Smart Soap Dispenser. Perhaps more importantly, we're going to answer the question, do I really need a smart soap dispenser? Let's get into the unboxing. Okay, so let's see if we can answer that question in terms of whether anyone really needs a smart soap dispenser, right? So here's the box. Amazon, as I said on my other videos, that they always do a great job with packaging. So it works with ALEXA. Presumably, maybe I think that is related to a timer, a 20-second wash timer, basically. So I think that's what it does, but we're gonna give it a full test here. So touch-free, mess-free. It works with a 20-second wash timer. I like the fact that I don't have to touch anything to wash my hands, particularly in this day and age. Rechargeable battery, so I might need to charge it up, but through editing, I can just fast forward through the video so we don't have to belabor that at all. And then dynamic dispensing, very cool. And then, so what can we expect to see in the box? So the soap dispenser and then the micro USB cable. So I probably am gonna have to charge this up. This actually sat around on my pile of things to unbox for quite a while. In fact, I think that Amazon, it's either run out or they may have actually temporarily, I can never say that word right, discontinued it. But I do expect that this will come back, as I've seen other Amazon devices come back before. And if so, you can find a link to it in the description down below. So without further ado, let's take this out of the box. So I'm just gonna run my little knife. I didn't go all in with the big knife today, across the top of the box here. And here we go. Oh, just some more couple little marketing ease things on the back. Make hand washing count. Touch has a 20-second timer right. I knew I saw that somewhere. That lights up as you lather, making it easy to wash your hands thoroughly every time. So, based on everything that happened with COVID and the guidelines and all that, I think 20 seconds is now the ideal time that you would spend washing your hands. Wireless, mess-free design, keeps your countertops clear, blah, blah, blah. And I really like the clean look, although most of my accessories in my bathroom are black, so there's that, whatever. So, okay, so right up the top, we have our instructions, so important information. This is probably legalese, we can just get this out of here. Yeah, so don't need to belabor the legalese at all. And then I've noticed that the Amazon's instructions have actually been getting better over time. So I like these diagrams. I like the fact that they include the color key indicator here. So green means the battery is fully charged, orange is charging, and red is low battery. So that's good for me to know right now because I'm actually gonna go ahead and charge it up. And like I said, I'll fast forward through that part so we can get on with the video. And then, so we need to set this up with you, which is interesting. So we're gonna need the ALEXA app, and then we're gonna turn on the Smart Soap Dispenser after it charges. And then when the blue indicator light appears, open the Alexa app and follow the on-screen instructions. So it works much like any other O device, and I spelled that out just because I have a bunch of them here where I use the wake word. I don't want to set them off here or yours at home. And then, so add the soap, and I have my soft soap on standby here. I'm hoping that should be fine. Make sure the device is off. Lid 45 degrees clockwise. Fill liquid hand soap of your choosing, good, to the max sign on the inside of the container, and then we turn the degree. So yeah, so it does not require special soap. I was actually afraid that it might, so that's cool. How do I prime the dispenser? First time using the dispenser after filling it, you need to prime it. Place your hand under the sensor for a moment, then remove it. I see, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of that action. So, but yeah, so it seems like straightforward enough to set it up. So let's take a look here. All right, so it's white, and that's okay. Oh, but it looks nice and it's clean. So super clean look. So here is our Peekaboo USB-C charging port there. We have a button on the top, and then let's just see if we can, how easy this comes off. So super easy to take that off. So I really like the design. I was afraid that I might not, just because I haven't seen this on Amazon recently. So I don't know if it was discontinued or it could just be out of stock, guys. But yeah, so it's still pretty cool. And then in terms of the cable, so yeah, so we have a white device with a black cable, but I guess just for charging purposes, that really shouldn't matter too much. And I do have my charging brick right over here. So I'm gonna plug this in and then we'll fast forward the video. So I'm just gonna basically stick that in here to prove it out. And then my charging brick is right over here. So I am going to, right, so it's USB-C to regular USB on the other side, and then there we go. So, and then if we can see our charging indicators light. So blue solid, setup complete. We have a blinking blue, so that means setup is not complete. Green, fully charged, orange charging, red low battery, and that it's charging. Yeah, so they're orangey, orangish white. It does definitely seem like it's charging, but when I put my hand under it, it does seem to want to prime it. So you know what? I think we can actually get this done while it's charging. Let's just see. So in theory, I'm going to take that off here and set that aside. And that's the part that needs charging. So we can actually leave that, let that charge as I'm filling up the soap dispenser itself. And I see a line in there. It didn't say anything about a fill line, but I'm going to fill it to the line that's in the middle there. Partly because I think that's right, and partly because I don't know if I have enough soap to go any deeper than that. So let's do that. And I'll fast forward through some of this stuff to, like I said, if there's any long delays, we'll fast forward and we're gonna get this done. So I'd say I have that filled up pretty dang close to perfectly on the line there. So that's cool. And then without running the risk of getting my table all soapy, so I do see the blue blinking light there. And of course, we're going to need to pair this with you-know-who, our friend ALEXA. So I'm gonna let this charge for a few more minutes, and then I am going to pull up the ALEXA app. We'll take a look at that, and then we will finalize the setup. Hey guys, pretty cool. So I pulled out my older phone. I'm actually filming with my newer phone. Pull up the Alexa app, and I went into the devices tab on the bottom, and then immediately this guy popped up. So that is super encouraging. And it looks like with where the lights are blinking there, it looks like it's finalizing the charge. If I could be so bold as to guessing that, I would say that that's probably right. Here I'm going to say continue. So we need to give permission to you-know-who, our friend ALEXA. And I'm going to say allow here, and then locate the QR code for your soap dispenser. Okay. Is that, and the instructions, quick start guide. Okay. So here's the quick start guide. And let's get that code out. It's on the back. There it is right there. Okay, so it's on the back of the quick start guide. And we're going to say scan barcode. And then there, so it thinks it found it. So looking for soap, geez, I really didn't get that locked on, but hopefully it caught it. Let's see. So it says it's connecting, and the dispenser is doing something fun here. The lights went off, so that's cool. So it's actually connecting into my Wi-Fi network. Yeah. So, okay, so now it says it's connected. So first soap dispenser has been added to your account. Now let's continue setup. So I'm going to say next. Now pair your soap dispenser to an Echo device. Okay. Make sure the Echo device are in the same room, at least within 20 feet, and tap next. Okay, I'm gonna grab my Echo Spot because that's where that's the one that I have in the bathroom. So I'm gonna grab that, and we'll finish that up using that. Okay, so now I have my Echo Spot here, which is the device that I have in my bathroom. The closest one to, that'll be the closest of my Echo devices to the soap dispenser. I'm gonna say next, and then put dispenser in discovery mode. Okay. So press and hold the touch button. Geez, there's a little bit to this, isn't there? Press and hold the touch button on top of the dispenser for about 5 seconds. Oh, and it already dispensed, but I'm gonna hit this for 5 seconds and we'll see. You might have a little bit of a mess to clean up. So the blinking means it's in discovery mode. Indicator light flashes. Now I'm gonna say tap confirm. A little bit of soapy goo on the table here. Ew. So it says the nearest one is discovering my soap dispenser. So it doesn't really give me an option, but there's definitely no one nearer to it than this guy here. Make sure it's close to your soap dispenser. And I'm hoping that the Echo Spot will work with this because it's a newer device, and presumably it will. Okay, and it was as simple as that. So now it says setup complete. Now next, set up a routine to play music while you wash your hands. All right, we're gonna set up the routine, and then we're gonna say when, after selection, blah, blah, blah. So volume to 4, play feeling happy, playlist, okay. Yeah, so I'm going to change the event to be voice command And it's going to say, when I say Alexa, wash my hands. Next. When I say Alexa, wash my hands, it will set the volume to 4, and it's going to play a song. And I'm not going to be able to demonstrate that for you here, but I'm sure it will work just fine. And so play the Feeling Happy playlist on Amazon Music for 20 seconds. So that sounds about right. So that's very cool. I'm going to say save. And now, so presumably that should happen anytime that I say to my friend Alexa here, wash my hands. So actually, let's just try it. And if I have to edit out the music, I will. All right, so the moment of truth, here's how it works. Basically, I'm going to put my hand under the soap dispenser. I learned the hard way just to shut that. It can make quite a bit of a mess if you put your hand under there by accident. So you definitely want to be very deliberate about running your hand under this thing. And then basically, once I have the soap in my hands, then I can tell my friend Alexa here that I want to wash my hands. So let's give it a try. So all right, practice run. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, so I have my soap, and it dispenses about as much as I would normally otherwise. And then I'm going to say, Amazon, wash my hands. And now, so she switches on the music. I'm going to try and mute that out quick so I don't get a copyright strike. Okay, I'm going to have to mute that out. So the music did go on, and then so 20 minutes is going by, washing my hands, da-da-da-da-da. And my hands are getting all soapy, and it's a little weird without the sink, but okay. And then when it's done, after 20 seconds is up, she says,
nicely done.
Nicely done. There you go. So it's kind of a lot of ado to get a 20-second hand timer going, but that is generally the idea. I think what would be cooler is if it automatically came on once you dispense the soap, but it is what it is, I guess. A little bit of a gimmick, but nonetheless, there you have it. So that's the unboxing, setup, and demo of the Amazon Smart Soap Dispenser. Do you need a Smart Soap Dispenser? I'm going to say probably not, but it's still fun. And if you're into Alexa stuff, very cool. And I think that I feel like this was very budget friendly. And if you just want to use it for the soap dispensing capability alone, you have a smart dispenser where you can do this, boop, without Alexa at all. And that unto itself is kind of cool, I think. I wish they would make a black one. Anyhow, hope this video helped. Hope to see you in the next one. Please give a like if it did, and see you next time. Cheers.